let me start where I left off. So here we are. Okay, so that should have been a better voice. Okay, so let me quickly recap what we are doing. So we are creating this static site generator, which also has a CMS in it. Not a CMS exactly, but some form of CMS in there. So we are using Netlify. Hopefully, we are using Netlify Cloud Functions and some GitHub API to update the actual content on the static sites. Right now, we have configured the code in such a way which is a pluggable thing, so we can use it in any of the providers. So here, if I go to this, now we need to. So we have yesterday tried to deploy this thing on Netlify. So let me open that up. I think it was on. So I think we tried to do deployment over here yesterday, and it got deployed, but um, we didn't had any things over there because we are not actually running the SSG into that. So let me configure a thing called dot GitHub workflows. So this is a specific folder for running the workflow. So I'll call it build.yaml. So we have to specify the YAML file for running the file on GitHub every time we have some actions running into the GitHub repository. So let me close out this thing and let us bit bang there. So if you would see, we have this repository created, which actually deployed the Netlify. We failed a few times, then there was minor issues there. So that was one thing. And so in the functions that we have created, this is one of the functions. So this function, if you would see here, it takes in the request and we have to process the payload, and that's how we are doing this right now. So we can test that out, but I want to test it out like literally end to end. That is, we don't want to have it like an API sort of thing. We just want to directly build with uh, when we build the shader generations. This should all have the edit field and edit template, edit route, and it should trigger this API itself. So if we head out to about this one, so if we head out to this API, so initially it won't respond because database connection failed. That should not have been the case because if that is the case, then that would mean that we are doing something wrong. So I think it was this. Uh, so if we run this endpoint one time, this should have created this, uh, the schema for this file because we have not uh, run any commands from our end. This will generate itself. So let us debug this code why it has said that the DB connection has failed. So if you look at schema, if it would not uh, have created this. So it says DB connection failed here. So yeah, that would have been the case because there is no user inside of this either, or this would have been the case. I think we should make the log messages a little bit cleaner. So this will be invalid payload, and this will be no user found or user not found, however you want to call it. And that is the one fix we can do, but this is just a indication of what is going wrong there. The other thing is let's create this file. So let's all be pretty about this because I don't want to spend some time here understanding things. So let's say GitHub workflows. So actually I have one repository where I build and certify generation. So I call it from Marketa. That is one thing that I'm running out there. So you can see here I have this deploy.yml and here we are taking in this. So let me copy this first and let's paste in right now. So let's call the branches as GH pages. Yeah, let's keep that because that will make it compatible with uh, the GitHub pages as well. So what are we doing here? So first we when this will be triggered, that is deploy the site. So when we push it to the EHS, not actually EHS, so when we push to the main branch, this should trigger the build. And what the build will do is it will run the Ubuntu latest environment, and the steps are so this will check out. So this is the first step we are doing here. It will use action checkout, so it will check out the date, I believe, and cache. So maybe we don't need this. We can ignore this for now and set up Golang this time. So Golang will be 1.23.3. So set up Go me 3. I'm relying on AI for now. So with uh, Go version, so let's check that out. GitHub Actions, set up So let us use the latest one, that is version 5. Keep it over here and I'll pin it down to 1.23.3 because that is the version that I am using on my local system. So that keep that. And I don't need to install dependencies as that will be not required in my opinion. But we need to build this. So let's call it build SSG. So this will be triggered with go run main.go. Do we need to get everything here? So let's say let's read up an article for this if that would be helpful. Let's see what is the date of this. It is 2020. It's quite old, but I think that should not have changed much. So Go version, I think we are doing that correct. And okay, so install dependencies. How do we need to install each of them? I'm not sure if we need to do this thing or that. Because if that is the case, then what is the use of creating this workflow, right? Actually, I might do what GPT suggested. That is, it install the dependency. So do we have something called co-mod download? What is the difference between co-mod and let me try it out here. Co-mod download. Yeah, that works. Because if we might have not installed it, it will install those. So let us do one more step here, which will be install the dependencies. Run co-mod download and co-mod tidy. That might be good, I think. Not sure if that is a correct way to do things, but we'll keep it right now. That so I'm removing things which we don't require here. So GitHub token, we need to do this. Crazy assumptions, we need to do target branch. let's call it GH pages, and the build directory will be public. It will just mark out, right? So let's keep it public. And Jekyll is not false, where is false. So I think that will be it. And I'm not sure why we did this, but let's keep that. And let us try to deploy this once. So let me think what we need to do else here. We first maybe we need to configure the way we are doing the Netlify build trigger, as that will just keep on appending that. So let me remove all of these and let us configure the site. So let me configure the deploy settings. Let's configure this. The base directory will keep it as public, but no, it's not public. Package directory, publish directory. Change. So let's skip this for now. We'll just save this and let's push this thing git add dot github and I've changed uh, I think the netlist file right. Yep, these are the changes that we made. So the rest of them are not to this. So let's commit this add bit of workflow. Once that is done, this should trigger a bit of workflow, and it has indeed triggered that. Let us see what we get here. That should not be running up directly in the first try. And okay, so far so good. So it is indeed installing all of them. Now it is running the SSG. I think that won't work because I actually made it serve to the like the you know set for 3,300. So this will go on forever. So that I think I have to cancel the workflow. I just uh, come over here and what we can do is the so we can skip this. This is not needed since we will only do it when it is a dev environment. So okay, that would have cancelled it. Cancel the workflow. What happens? So actions. It is still showing it as the operation was cancelled. And here we can have some sort of a like the OS what is it params or arts, yeah, dev env is false for now, and if the false is one, then yeah, that makes sense. So dev env I will be using when I use it over here is not equal to server. So we are registering this plugin here, and I don't want to do it unless if it is a dev server. If dev env, then only do this, else do not run the server. So hopefully let us do go run main.go, and this will just run this. If I do a dev, how do we do dev? Okay, so that works now. So that will be the change that I require. So git add main.go, git diff, git commit, and what you can say is and only run server when dev mode. So once that is done, it would have triggered the Netlify build as well, but I want to stop that being deployed after I finish this because that will not be helpful anyways. So if we have to look it over here now, this has completed. Then install the dependencies. So this will also should run correctly. Okay, there was an error. The process incident. So we just need to add the permissions to the workflow. This should be working actions. Sorry, settings. I think from the actions in general. And here we can give the permission to read and write. Workflows have read and write permission in the repositories for this. So we can save this and let us run this again. So read and jobs, read and field jobs. So this will build this again. Now we can change the job. So one of the job is just when triggered is when the it is triggered, we can have multiple jobs running. So you would see that chain of jobs implemented. So we only run jobs that have failed. So it will only trigger this build. We just have one build anyways. So with that, this has published it, and okay, this time it deployed to GitHub pages. So the GitHub pages will be, let me open this up in a separate tab, and so it is github.io, right? It is, I think, Mr. Disruptor .github.io. Okay, that is not the case. Uh, okay, maybe we need to configure this as well. So let's go into pages, deploy from branch, GitHub actions, and so I want to static HTML. So uh, I think I already have the changes for this. Runs on pushes target default branch. So it is GH pages. I have kept it separated for this. So this will do what? Allow only one concurrent deployment. Allows you to run this workflow on action dispatch. Permission read, write, and write. Single deploy job since we are just deploying. Okay. So we check out the GitHub pages and GitHub pages upload artifact. I think it's just deploying it to internal, like some things here, right? We're deploying. So let's add that. Combination is I need to pull it now. I've been there, done a lot of things there, so that won't mess up things. So if we go into pages, uh, that should have worked. Let's see where it would have deployed it. Let's go into actions and create static. It has created it. So let's see if we can see where that has been deployed. It doesn't look like it. It has done a few things. Not sure what those things are. Post. shell editor. Okay, not sure. Let's go over here and let's reload this. Let's call it /below /post. That is the thing that I have there. I think we are not configuring this correctly, maybe. So I think that should work now. So let's reload this. Yeah, there it is. So if we reload this, it's not working yet. Let me show that. Team.js /editor. Okay. Okay, why is this in such a is it because of this? Yeah. So we need to add, oh, that will be interesting. So is this B-wire W and let's call it post. For some reason it didn't create it quite well, because if you see the VGH pages, it doesn't have markdown, like the folders inside a markdown file. It just has this single file here, which is, I believe it to be a HTML file. Yeah, yeah, it is not a cool thing to do, but that is what has to. Okay, so let me go over here and remove the public folder and muslim_run main.co, and you would see with the public. Oh, okay. So how is this working in this way? So if we have to see how does this is getting rendered because okay, it is a file anyway, so we need to make a few changes inside of the one of the plugins, which will be rendered template plugins. So we create a folder output path and we just join the path with the post slug. We are not actually creating that file, so that might be the issue. So instead of just creating this, let us create the path as well. Um, so join this config. Um, we need to have the post slug here. So let us do one thing, which will be, so we are using output path, I believe. Yeah. So instead of this output path will be now set as file path dot join. I think it should be post dot log, and here it should be index.html. Let us run that again. Let's clear this and run this. Okay, not found. Let's see what happened to public. Okay, it got created here. No, it is not the thing that we wanted. So it should be public. Um, that for some reason not able to create that maybe. Oh yeah, we need to create that actual path. We have not created that. So let's create that. Os dot, we have the error. Yeah, we have an error. So error will be this, and it's, I don't want to log it fatal. Maybe I'm do that. Here we have not done that. Let's do that as well. So now let's clear out the public and then run it again. Just reiterate. Okay, now let's see the public. Okay, it has just for the first uh, first post and not the remaining post. Oh, is it? Okay, so that was a bad thing because we need to do this every time. Since we are joining that, that will be a little tricky. So file path dot join. It cannot be the output path now. This is set as output path. So output folder, output uh, dir path will be setting it to the output path, and that, so output dir path with that, and here we'll say output dir path. So let us clear this off and run this time. See what the public is. Okay, now it is correct. Okay, hopefully that will be correct. Okay, it has that. And now let us run this. So we have reload this. Now it is working fine. And let's add one more thing, which is a little handy for running this, what we call GitHub pages, because GitHub pages come with the prefix, right? So we need to add one prefix here. We'll add it right here, or let's add it on GitHub. Let's call the prefix URL. We'll be setting it as slash pro slash. And once that is done, let's not add it there, because we need to make this accessible. Let's add it here. Not sure to add the leading slash or not. Let's not add it. And so the thing we need to do is inside of main.go, wherever we are injecting that, or inside of models actually, we need to add this. So here we can come and see prefix URL that is added. So wherever we are sort of doing any templating, be it business or anywhere else. So let's go at the bottom, that's where we will find this. So this won't have any, I think. I think it should be right here. Maybe we can add it here. Let's call this dot prefix. There will be a few more changes we need to do, because read templates, and in models.go we have defined this uh, template context. So SSG config has this block config, and block config has this, so we need to load accordingly. So with inside of this, we cannot directly load in this. We need to load in with, I guess, so how do we load this now? So we are using themes here. We can use config dot config dot block config dot prefix URL. So that is quite weird, but let's add that. So let's do dot config dot block config dot fix URL. So let's remove one public folder and so we are not able to do this log config. Um, so template context. So let me see where we're using template context. So we are actually passing that. Prefix config.log. So SSG dot config should have this log config divided with dot SSG. Let's call it config log config. Type models log post. Okay. I think I know the issue here. I can where is how to how to actually let's we have to use dollar symbol. Very good, nice till that we can remember. Dot config. Is it dot right? Yep. Okay. Okay. So we don't have a block config. What do we have? Is it block? I think it is block. Yep. So we are here. Okay, so you can see it as borrow now. It might not work that way. So what we would have to do there is so we need to be a little careful here. So here, if main.go, we see anything like that, we need to make sure that we are also doing it here. So with that in mind, or we could fix this like with add the source, right? Because we cannot use this without that. So instead of doing it here, we can say the output path now is, so if and only if the SSG dot config dot log dot prefix URL is not empty, then we need to do a few things, which is to update this in the prefix URL. I think that should be enough. Okay, but the issue with that uh, issue this will create is it will not work for feeds. We want to also make it work for the feed path. That is what I'm saying when we say to fix it at the source. So how do we do that is a little tricky. So if ssg dot config dot log dot yep so inside of feed path, now it won't be available here. Yeah, it is available as default, but that is not ideal in my opinion. Okay, let me fix this correctly. It should be first the prefix URL and then the feed path. And anywhere else that we are referring, So that will be generated from the index template, I believe. So it should be in static index.html, and here we are loading the type. Okay, that is a little tricky. So if we know that we are running this somewhere, so we can modify the type of it. So in the field, we can modify this type. But actually, that was a bad decision, to be honest. So let's remove everything. That was a bad decision, actually. Let me do few things here. And that was fine. Okay, so here, what we can do is, while generating the output folder, so where is the output folder being generated? So we generate the output path right here, I believe. So if there is no, then do that. And if what we can say that if ssg dot config dot log dot prefix URL is not empty, then just do that. That is what we did, right? Maybe not this right here. Let's call it output dir. Where are we referencing that? So inside of this, we will have output dir. So let's call it out. Yep, this one. Get referenced somewhere else. So here we can configure this. So we can say if error, and let's call the output path is SSG dot config dot log dot output dir. If that is the case, then what we should do is ideally we can update this to be this way, and it will copy the static dir to that. No, this won't be the correct solution. Okay, let me think. So it should be done at the very top, I believe, while we are reading the post. Or actually we are putting the config. Let's do it here. Let's remove this and run this and reload this. So if you see this, this will work, right? Then why? Oh, because we removed that code as well. Um, okay, makes sense. And if you see over here, the read part is set with output dir, it is correct. So config dot log log. I think it should still be feed dot, not feed dot flow, it should be feed dot type. That should still be there, and it should now create post, and there it is. So if we go back and reload this should work here. It won't work because that burrow is not there, but yeah. Let's quickly we'll call this prefix URL still. Okay. So this will build that. It has created the GHP HTML that we need to do, and it is pushing to GitHub pages. So let us go over here and let's check this out. It should be right now. Okay, so that has been pushed. That should work. Okay, that is it. And now let us test out the thing which was not working for some reasons. It is still not working. Anyways. Okay, editor needs to be fixed. We have not changed the URL there. So let me close the public folder and yeah, this slash editor will be changed to I guess dot config dot block dot prefix URL. Oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, that is it for today. We'll see this tomorrow for the actual thing part. We have completed deploying it to GitHub. So these are now live on uh, this route. So at least the generation part is perfect. We just need to make sure it is the editor part is also working. Right. So we'll see you in the next week.